So please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
Well, like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy here.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Luther Richter, Arnold, okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. oh God! And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes.
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How do you do it?
you
Teach
can
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you gotta get the smile going on some shoes, but
Wait, hold up. I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this.
When it's time to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
Just a sexy eye right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Each words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Yes. Hey, it's hump day, y'all. It is hump day. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, my people in the house. What's up, Mings? I hope you guys are having a wonderful and fantastic and productive Wednesday out there. Shoot, man, it was tough to get out of bed today. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit of a late start for me today, but I'm here. We at it. We're gonna make things happen. We got the fellas in the house. Tommy Boy, Jackie Buck. What a guan.
Hey. Welcome to Hump Day.
It is hump day, and I'm happy about that. Why? Because it means we got 2 more days until what? The weekend.
Friday.
Yes, and that hideous song. Let's not forget that hideous song. As you can see in the titles, we have a lot of things to talk about. That's just the tip of the iceberg of things that we got to talk about. There's a lot of things that are going on right now. Some breaking, some aren't. And also, one thing I love about all you guys. Good morning, Tanner Vane. Tanner Vane says, hello, Pascal, Jack, and Tom. Allison Meyer says, good morning, guys. Good morning, Allison Meyer. But the thing is what I love about this show as of late, you guys have been throwing us a lot of, let's just say audibles, if you will. And we haven't been able to, like, for example, yesterday was the whole Dr. Stella Emanuel thing. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have really known about it. I would have found out about it way after the show. So the fact
might have been a good thing.
Actually, you know what? I like the fact that we were able to get that, so we were able to talk about it because it was funny to talk about. Real talk. I mean, there's a lot of that. Like, it's not the greatest thing to talk about, but it is kind of funny. You got somebody who's saying stuff about demon sperm and, if you can get ovarian cancer through having dreams about having sex with demons and witches. I mean, that's just that's funny as hell to me. But it also is helpful. What I'm trying to basically say here, guys, is that I appreciate you guys being a part of the discussion and throwing us information that we may not be able to see since we are on live. So, if you guys have more information, stuff like that, I mean, don't be shy. Comment down below. If any of us catch it within the chat, of course, we'll be more than happy to bring it up, talk about it, and, and chop it up, and put in our own 2 cents about it and bring it into the roundtable discussion where we can all talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Mr. T12. But go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, and we were able to talk about it without getting banned from YouTube or Twitter, like Don Jr., who had a 12-hour suspension for sharing that video.
Exactly. Isn't that a comforting experience, comforting feeling when there are people out here that are the son to the leader of this free world, and they're getting blocked. They're getting silenced for 12 hours because they're resharing and putting out that kind of stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because even after that, I was looking at a couple other videos, like, other people who do commentary, talk about, news YouTube channels and all that. And I thought it was really interesting, their response, how they perceived it, like what their thoughts were about everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was just really, really interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some people are like, everybody wants to hold on to some glimmer of hope that maybe this woman has a point, like this doctor has a point, and maybe she knows the cure. And then there's other people out here that are like, she's crazy. This is not the one. You know, this is not what you need. You know, this is not what we need at all. And we don't need that kind of trash and that kind of misinformation out there, because people are going to do crazy things, right? So it's very 50-50 in a way. There are people who are going, but she is talking about demon sperm and saying that there are half human, half ET-like aliens working on the backside of, you know, working to help people, you know, help certain countries run their country type of thing. I mean, it's just weird stuff that this girl is saying. I mean, it's wild, right? It's crazy. So, but regardless, we wouldn't have been able to have that wonderful gem of a conversation if it wasn't for you guys coming in and giving us that information. So we do appreciate that for sure. But before we go into the news, you know, Jack, Tom, your days were good. Were they all right? You know, your nights, your days, yesterday, all that. How was the rest of your day, and how was your mornings?
Yeah, you know, everything going smooth, man. You know, I missed you guys yesterday.
Yeah.
A few things I had to do. But, you know, I'm here and just trying to keep the Wednesday day going. So looking forward to, you know, powering through this week and hitting up a good weekend. And we got rain coming today, so we'll see what's up. But, you know, I want to tell everybody, if you haven't found these yet, these are mini Starbursts that are unwrapped. So if you're a Starburst fan like I am, you got that sweet tooth, this is a problem. But, you know, these are unwrapped Starburst that are just small, and they're delicious. So start your day out right. But a whole bunch of coffee and some Starburst.
Starbucks does not sponsor this show. I'm just letting you guys know real quick. Did I say Starbucks?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
They don't either.
They don't either. But Starburst does not sponsor this show. Just so you know. Right. Damn. Baby steps. Tom, how about you?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain. I saw where Tanya Vane asked how my mom's doing. She's doing quite well. I'm having dinner with her tonight.
That's great.
I think she's scheduled for to have the kidney stones removed in September. But you know, I've talked to her. You know, I talk to her most days, and she sounds good. So I mean, she's at home. She's out of the ICU. So it sounds like everything's going, you know, as well as can be expected. So you know, hopefully, you know, when she has the surgery in September, everything will be taken care of.
Right on, man. Right on. Also, wait. These comments are coming in, flowing. Mr. T12 is asking you, Jack, are they available, those Starbursts available in tropical flavor too? Inquiring minds would like to know.
I just saw this one. That's the only one I saw. First time I've ever seen something like this before. I was just amazed. But it's all the reds. So, and supposedly, all Starbursts are actually the same flavor, and it's just a scent that they put into like the coating on top. So the actual Starburst, they all are the same flavor, which that just hurts my head to think about. So
what? That can't be real. That can't be real.
I'm looking it up again to find out.
Demon semen.
I love Starburst, but every time I think of them, I think I must be one of the few people on Earth that ever got food poisoning from Starburst. My friends and I were going out camping one time, and on the drive up there, we split this bag of Starburst, and my friend Gene and I, and that night we were just throwing up everywhere. And the only thing that we had done differently from any of our friends was eat Starburst. So as much as I love Starburst, every time I eat one, I'm reminded of that awful night.
Gosh. Yeah, it says because scent affects the way we perceive flavor, the fact that different colored Starbursts smell like different flavors make us perceive them as different, even though the ingredients that contribute directly to taste are exactly the same.
Interesting.
So we're just
Been
really
deceived
loving
my entire life.
So we're just really loving and obsessing over the smell rather than. So you're telling me that the yellow ones that people absolutely hate, right? They're the exact same taste as the other ones. It's just a scent. And that's it?
What I'm saying.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, we can end the show now. It's
No, I mean seriously, that's
there's nowhere else to go.
I didn't know that. Like real talk, I didn't know that, man. That's you know, that's the more you know. Da, 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 da. Like that's some crazy stuff. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that, man. Mang, I didn't know that, man. But that's good to know. Huh. I guess that's how it is, right? I mean, that's what you do. You smell first before you taste, right?
Yeah.
So
Unless
that
you got
makes
the
sense.
coronavirus, then you don't have a sense of smell anymore.
That's what's
Fair,
up.
man.
That's okay. Well, good morning, Mr. Super. Mr. Super just commented. He said, "Good morning from Florida." He said, "It's crazy down here. Maybe 20% of people are wearing masks." Yeah. I've heard stories. I've actually heard stories about the mask issue down in Florida, but I feel like you're gonna get that anywhere. I mean, if it's MAGA country, I hate to say it like that, but it's true. If it's MAGA country, you're gonna get a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? You're gonna see a lot of that. You know, where it's like, where are the masks? They're not using, they don't have any mandates out there wearing the masks in most stores, stuff like that. I mean, it's just a free for all. You know, it's weird. When I went to the lake, it was like that too. You know, not a whole lot of people. It was like they were looking at me and my group of people like we were insane for wearing masks where we went. You know, it was really weird, really weird. They're like,
Yeah,
clearly y'all are city slickers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, we're just gonna deal with it. Tom, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was watching the local news last night, and St. Louis County abuts the neighboring county is Jefferson County. And there were anti-mask protests yesterday in Jefferson County. They had all kinds of interviews with people I never wished to associate with in my entire life that were anti-mask and, oh, my freedoms, all right. You know, so, yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere, including here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It gonna happen. It gonna be like that. You know what I mean? It just it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah. It's just gonna be more people dead. It's all right. Yeah. Yeah, it's just more deaths. What's 150,000?
Meh.
It's just Wednesday. Just another Wednesday. It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh my dear God. Here's
I really
something.
hope that maybe there are aliens out there that can solve the issues.
That'd be funny. Yeah. Maybe they could just like crop dust, you know, over the world. The cure. You know, maybe that's what the aliens need to do. Just crop dust. You know, not the farting kind of crop dust. I'm talking about crop dust. You know, put something in the you know. So random story here that Debbie just put in. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Ashton. Good morning, John Caitlin, June 12th, 1776. Good morning, everybody that's jumping in. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys are having a great morning. But this is something very interesting. I mean, it's just pop culture news, but here it is. Debbie just said, can we just talk about the fact that Jaden Smith is dropping his last name? He's now known as Jaden. This is your celebrity news. So, just some celebrity news. I think that's very interesting. I don't know anything about that. So this is very new. That's new, interesting news to me. But why would you want to drop your very, very famous last name? You know what I'm saying? Why would you just want to go by Jaden and not Jaden Smith? You know what I'm saying? It's funny because my sister, we were playing some new Jaden, I guess we got to say Jaden now, playing some new Jaden, a new album by Jaden Smith, and my sister, I was like, "Who is that?" You know, because I was like, "This is kind of good. Who is this?" And she goes, "Oh, it's Jaden." And I'm like, "You talking about Jaden Smith?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's Jaden." I'm like, "Okay, so now he just goes by Jaden now." I didn't know that he was gonna literally make an announcement like, "I will only be referred to as Jaden," but I guess he only goes as Jaden, which is weird. Do you know something, Jack?
I got
It looks
some
like,
info.
there we go. Let's get it.
Yeah. So he credited his sister with the inspiration for his name change. He said, "I realized that Willow changed her name to Willow at some point in time, and that she was no longer Willow Smith. It took me a while because if you look Willow Smith up, it'll still come up. But then it took me a while to see that it was just Willow. And I was like, yo, that's so strong. You feel like you don't have to say your last name. You're just Willow." And then he went on to say, "I create different characters for myself. And it's like Jaden, that's music. And Jaden Smith, that's 501c3, that's acting in movies. I just wanted to make that little distinction there just a little bit so I could say different things are happening." So, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's kind of like Childish
start picking up.
Gambino and
Yeah.
Donald Glover. So
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, I guess so. It works for me. You know what I mean? It definitely works for me.
It's like
I guess.
Pascal.
Say that again. Yeah, I guess
Like
so.
Pascal.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't really, I mean, I guess so. I guess so. I don't really, I never really put that into consideration. I haven't put two and two together like that. You know what I mean? I figured it's just easier than trying to spell my last name. Trust me.
Yeah,
It's a lot of vowels.
we're not on that first page of Google yet.
Right. Give it
Type in
time.
Pascal. You're fighting with the unit Pascal and
Right.
then like Pascal Blaise Pascal and
Blaise
stuff.
Pascal.
So got some history to go over.
Yeah, but that's just me. You know what I mean? It's just a lot easier to do that. But I could see, it's just, I don't know. He's a Smith though, and that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? That's a very, very big deal. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's like let's see, a Douglas. You know what I'm saying? It's like being a Douglas or a Sheen or and Emilio Estevez. I don't know why he changed why he didn't just call himself Emilio Sheen or something like that.
Well, Estevez is their actual last name. The Sheens changed it to Sheen so they wouldn't sound so ethnic.
So that's interesting.
It is Martin Estevez,
right?
And it is Charlie Estevez.
Exactly. Now, one thing is people are trying to call in right now, and unfortunately, I am not taking any calls right now. The call-in time has not started yet, so I'm seeing guys calling in. I appreciate you guys trying to call in right now, but I have not said anything about the lines being open yet. So please be patient. We will get the lines open here very, very soon. We're going to go into the news stuff and everything, but, we're just having a discussion here. You can call in a little bit later in the 10 o'clock hour when I say it's time to call in, okay? But anyway, so let's just jump into some more news because obviously we got to go into that anyway. So, Tommy, let's get started. Let's start this off with a bang, shall we?
Yeah. Well, Attorney General William Barr defended the aggressive federal law enforcement response to civil unrest in America as he testified for the first time before the House Judiciary Committee, pushing back against angry, skeptical Democrats who said President Donald Trump's administration is unconstitutionally suppressing dissent. He had mentioned that he thought that the protests had gone from largely peaceful. He said the violent rioters and anarchists have hijacked the legitimate protests and argued the violence taking place in Portland, Oregon and other cities is disconnected from Floyd's killing, which he called a horrible event that prompted a necessary reckoning on the relationship between the black community and law enforcement. But he also said that there was no systemic racism in law enforcement whatsoever. So,
Wow.
I mean,
No
I watched
systemic
a little bit of
racism.
it yesterday. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it yesterday, and you know, if you're for the federal agents in the cities going after the protesters, then that the hearing probably didn't change your mind. If you're on the opposite side, it probably didn't change your mind. Everybody's pretty dug in, but yeah, he testified yesterday. There were a few pointed moments. I think at one point he was asked why federal agents weren't sent in when you remember, I think was it in Wisconsin, or was it Wisconsin or Michigan? I can't remember, where the anti-mask protesters they were heavily armed, stormed the Capitol. Why he didn't send anybody in then? But yeah, I mean, there were heated moments. There were a lot of moments where people were kind of talking over him, didn't let him finish. People are obviously in election year. People are trying to score political points. But yeah, that was the big news yesterday.
I watched a little bit of it. I mean, it's one of those things where every time that someone tries to talk, they keep on talking over each other, and like they try to answer. And if you don't give them a straight yes or no, like it's like, no, I just wanted you to answer my loaded question with the yes or no without giving any, pretense to it. And it's, but I feel like those are all the congressional like interviews with people. They have their like specific questions they try to ask to try to like put people into a corner without allowing them to elaborate. And then when they try to elaborate, they just cut them off and keep on talking over them. I feel like most of those things are kind of a circus.
Yeah, a lot of the times they are. That's for sure. And they also pressed Barr on Trump's or the department's intervention on the Flynn and Stone cases. Where they had commuted the sentence of Roger Stone and Flynn, and why they're handing out these things to people that are friends of the president. Barr had said that Stone's health and his age at 67 factored into the fact that they released him from prison, given that COVID's going around. But Democrats were wondering why him and why not everybody else at 67 and may have health problems. Mm-hmm. Why is Stone getting out? So
right.
Lots of questions, but I mean, no real political points were scored on either side. I mean, I think most Americans are kind of on these issues, kind of dug in. So.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know. There's nothing that really came out from that committee meeting. I mean, it didn't bring any like clarity to the situation.
No,
he stood strong on their actions, and there wasn't any change of what was gonna, of what happened or what's gonna happen in the future. So,
right.
Yeah, that's our government for you, though.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's most governments. I mean, people want to blame people, and there are a lot of times it's just going back and forth. And there was no, because there's no like, I don't know. The Republicans showed what they could only be described as 8 minutes of virtual riot porn for the hard right. And so like there was like 2 videos that were showed during it, but like obviously everything is handpicked to show specific events, and yeah, I don't know. There's nothing in the middle. It was like the protest. They were like the videos that were shown. It's either like the final Armageddon or the Garden of Eden. So it's either completely peaceful or the complete riots. It's finding these times when people are actually instigating stuff. And in Minneapolis, they've found out that the Umbrella Man that started out the stuff is actually linked to a white supremacist group.
That's right.
So that's a but it's hard. I mean, because there are protesters and there are agitators. And things have gone awry.
Yeah, I would say that's true.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't really have much to say about this hearing, to be really honest. I think that that's what most political hearings look like, and I feel like that's just a lot of times they're just BSing around. Trying to save face as much as they can. But, I mean, we'll see what else comes out of this hearing, as a result from this hearing, for sure. But to me, the hearings to me are kind of, I feel a little bit like they're a little bit of a waste of time. Not trying to say anything rude to hearings or any of that sort, but it just seems like they get there, they do their thing, they ask all these heavily, like, very, very well-written questions, because it's a moment to get on TV, it's a moment to get on camera, to ask this particular person that they're questioning all these questions, and then the person just kind of BS's around the question, you know. As much as they are trying to get more details, they don't give the details that we're really needing. They're just doing more of just talking the rhetoric that they've been trained to say. So to me, I'm like, all right, that's why I don't really watch the hearings. I just wait till I hear it from Tom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No offense to anybody. It's just,
yeah.
I keep thinking, like, there is so much corruption going on in there. You know, it's organized crime, for crying out loud. That I'm just kind of like, well, until somebody literally goes up there and goes, yes, I did do that, and this is why I did it, and blah blah blah. And I was working with this, and this person, including the president, or not. You know, I just kind of go, okay, another hearing, whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. You know, it's just
Well,
it's just
I
another
think that's
precaution.
what politicians want out of most of the population, is for them not to watch these hearings and to be politically disengaged. That's what they want.
I see that as a dig at me, but I'm not trying to make it. I'm not trying to say it.
Not necessarily, but
no.
you want to take it that way?
No. But I'm just saying, like, no. But I'm just saying, what I'm trying to say is that until they actually bring, and of course they're bringing people to trial, they're bringing people for a hearing, and I get that, but you don't get anything out of it. There's most of the time it's just like, just BS. I'm sorry for saying it like that. I mean, trust me, if they were bringing people in and they were actually confessing to things and actually saying things instead of just using, how could I say it? Like, verbal espionage? I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. You know, they're like a ninja with their words. Like, you know, it's very political. You know, they can say, they come in very trained. It just, to me, it's like, all right, if you're trying to catch them red-handed, it's not going to be right here, personally. You know, because they're already well vetted, properly vetted for this hearing. And for me, it's like, I want to see, almost it's like you got to catch them red-handed, you know? And I know that the hearings are done for a good reason. They're doing what they need to do. They're doing it the right way, in the legal way. And I'm not saying that anybody needs to get caught in an illegal way, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes it just is frustrating when you're bringing somebody in, hoping to get them to catch them red-handed or get a confession, and you don't get that. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of this is kind of much to nothing. I don't think, you know, nothing is really going to change until November, if anything changes at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, you know, a lot of this is just electioneering. This is just campaigning. This is, you know, yeah, they're trying to get him to lock him into a corner, get him to say something stupid. He's out there trying to defend the administration on a bunch of things that Democrats have questions on. But I mean, people are so dug in at this point. It just nothing. The only reckoning there's really going to be on anything is in November, if that comes at all. So,
yeah, and you know, and we'll definitely see what happens in November. Damn, November's only a few months away now. You know what I'm saying? We're getting closer and I mean, you know, like last time I checked, it's the end of July. You know, we're about to waltz right into August. You know what I'm saying? And we about to. I feel like everything's going to ramp up even more. There's going to be even more controversial issues going on as we get closer and closer and closer to Election Day. It's going to be insane. Absolutely freaking insane. And like I said, we will be, you know, us on the Pascal Show will be, like I've said before, on the sidelines with popcorn and a beer, just sitting there, just. Oh, snap. He just did that. Yo, you know what I mean? We're going to be watching and having a great time talking about it for show. But anyway, well, let's jump into this other thing. And this is a little bit light because I do have something else to talk about that's kind of that just broke about 5 hours ago in regards to the World Health Organization talking about the COVID, the coronavirus, of course, and talking about this, they're saying as one big wave. So we're going to talk about that here in a second. But let's jump into something a little bit more lighthearted. Elon Musk wants to fight the world. What the hell is this? We got to talk about this, man. Who got the story?
So, okay. Elon Musk has challenged Johnny Depp to a cage fight after Johnny Depp had allegations that Elon Musk and Amber Heard had an affair while she was still married to Johnny Depp. And so Elon responded back. He said, I definitely was not having an affair with Amber Heard while she was married to Johnny. This is totally false. And he also denied having a threesome with Amber and supermodel Cara Delevingne. We did not have the threesome, you know, so I think people think these things are generally more salacious than they are. He also added that Amber and Johnny should bury the hatchet and move on. And he said, if Johnny wants a cage fight, just let me know. And so that went out into the ether, and it's one of those things. And then now, but somebody else took note of seeing Elon Musk, his, you know, tweet or whatever that went out, or statement, and it was Mickey Rourke. And so Mickey Rourke has challenged Elon Musk to a bare knuckle fight. And he said, I just read that Elon Musk has challenged Johnny Depp to a fight. I have the better idea. If Elon Musk is in a fighting mood, he can fight someone his own size. I'd gladly love the opportunity to take you to school, Mr. Tough Guy Elon Musk. Bare fists, elbows, and knees, and I will only use one hand, my left. We can both put down $200,000 apiece. Winner take all, no rules.
Oh, I'm done. Oh
Elon Musk would show up with a flamethrower if there's no rules.
Of course. It'd be a done deal. You know what I'm saying? Or he'd come out with one of his secretly made AI robots or something like that. You know, like the Terminator 1000 or some crap, you know, and just put him out there and say, fight. And that'll be it. You know what I'm saying? But on some real stuff, okay. On some real stuff, real talk. This, I got to throw this around the room. Aside from Mickey Rourke, we could talk about Mickey Rourke in a second, okay? Because honestly, it's like, who? And then it's like, oh, that guy. But he's not relevant right now. We got to talk about this, okay? Obviously, Elon Musk is challenging Johnny Depp to a caged fight. Who do you got, guys? Who do you got? Johnny, Musk, or Depp?
Well, considering that Conor McGregor's coach is offering to train Elon Musk, I think that I'm going to go ahead and put my money behind Elon.
Okay, fair enough. Tommy, what do you think?
I mean, I'd put money on Elon too. I mean, Johnny Depp, I mean, he looks a little burnt out these days. I don't know that he knows where he is half the time at this point. Mm-hmm. I mean, all three of these people, I mean, you can just say cocaine is a hell of a drug and explain all three of them. But I mean, I guess I'd go with Elon. He looks like he's maybe a little sharper than Johnny Depp. Looks a little more aware of his surroundings. Maybe looks like he might have a weight advantage on him too. So yeah. I'd go with Elon.
Yeah, he's Elon looks like he got a lot of. He's husky, musky, husky, musky. But I'll say this: you want to know what? Okay, I got the greatest. I got the greatest way for Johnny Depp to win this fight. Let me break it down to you. All right, so they step into the ring, right? Cage fight, no holds barred, right? Anything goes, right? So all he needs to do is maybe, get a little cut, something like that. start bleeding, jump on top of Elon Musk and just start spraying it in his face and just say, "You don't know where I've been, Lou. You don't know where I've been." And that's the end of it. He'll be like, he will tap out like, "Oh, I'm done." Seriously, that's how Johnny Depp would win. Let's just be completely straight funky here. That's how he would win. Not by throwing fists, just opening up his little, getting a little cut. Just let him bleed on Elon Musk. Because you know for a fact Elon Musk doesn't party, has never and has not ever partied like the way Johnny Depp has partied. Okay? He doesn't bang like a rock star. I'm sure he's done copious amounts of cocaine, but he's a little bit more tame in his lifestyle in comparison to Johnny Depp. I mean, Johnny Depp has a wine, like a drinking problem of like, I don't even know how, like hundreds of thousands a month. And that's like the amount of liquor or the amount of wine that he consumes on a daily basis is astronomical. Okay. Yeah. Captain Jack Sparrow, that was him all day. He wasn't acting. That was him. Drunk as hell.
And didn't it come out in this hearing or this trial that's going on right now that Depp has like a monogram powder box where he keeps his cocaine? It's got like his initials on it.
When you live on your own island, I guess you do whatever the heck you want.
Yeah.
Wait, who has that? Has that? Who has
that?
The
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp has a monogram thing with cocaine. Thing for. Of course,
he's got a monogram. So they claim. I think Amber Heard's team is saying that. That he has a. And they showed pictures. I mean, they didn't show pictures of cocaine inside of it, but they showed pictures of this little powder box that's got his initials on it. That is apparently where he keeps his cocaine.
I'm not surprised that's Johnny Depp for you.
Celebrities doing cocaine? What?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You know for a fact that Amber Heard, like 90% of her whole body is just cocaine. Right. It's ingrained in her DNA now. I mean, come on. If you're going to marry somebody and roll with somebody like Johnny Depp, you need to keep up. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he was like, damn, I need to keep up with Amber Heard. Damn. Because she sounds like a crazy, crazy person. Yeah.
So Johnny Depp, I guess what had started Musk's response was Johnny Depp had sent threatening text messages to Elon Musk saying that he would slice off his D for sleeping with his ex-wife Amber Heard. Yeah. I guess he probably does have swords though. So I would love to see it. He shows up with a sword. Elon Musk shows up with his flamethrower. Let's see what happens.
Hey, Johnny, that's on you, bruh. You decided to marry that woman. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
hey, domestic abuse is real.
Domestic abuse is most definitely real. And domestic abuse, when it's coming from like the female abusing the male or the wife abusing the husband, is very real. The only problem is that it's just not a popular story. It is because it makes it seem like the man is being emasculated. He's not man enough. So, of course, those kind of stories don't come out. It makes the man look weak, or in a very, very overly what's the word, misogynistic way. It makes it seem like you can't control your woman type situation. And unfortunately, that is the type of stuff. Those are the themes that are hung over domestic abuse when it's coming from when the male is being abused in that relationship. And it sucks because you try to say something and it makes it sound like you're either lying or that you're weak. And that's messed up. There needs to be a change in that narrative big time. What's really sucks, what's really, really terrible is that you have somebody like Amber Heard that jumped in front of the Me Too movement, became a face of the Me Too movement, and was like, this happened to me. Johnny Depp did all these things to me. When it was really the opposite. The opposite was going on. And that's insane. And, you know, of course, you could see that it doesn't seem like Johnny Depp is the type that would hurt somebody. But then at the same time, you look at Amber Heard, and she seems like the type that would. She does. She looks like she would hurt somebody with just, she looks like she would have a lot of fun hurting somebody. I mean, but then you wonder if there was any signs before he popped the big question to her. Before he got down on one knee, were there any red flags? Or was she just perfect for however long they were dating for, and then the ugliness came out after the marriage? You know what I'm saying? There had to have been red flags in that story. That's just insane. That's just insane.
Yeah, I just, you know,
Cocaine,
it just
man.
sounds like there's so much drugs and alcohol involved. There's no way a relationship like that is going to turn super ugly and toxic. I mean, it's just gross. It kind of makes me sick. I mean, anybody that's ever been around people that are getting into drugs at that level, it's nauseating. It's disgusting to watch people turn into that. So it's not surprising that relationship turns super toxic and violent in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gross.
Yeah. It is absolutely gross. All of it, you know, on both sides of the fence, you know, all of it is just disgusting. You know, receiving it or giving it is just disgusting. Now, John Caitlin said something, and I like this too. It's a good comment. I'll tell you this. If you could take a beating from a crazy woman and not fight back, you're the strongest man in the world. That's a man. And I agree. That is big time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not throw bows, not put the paws on them. That takes a lot, because, you know, you're in that fight or flight moment, especially when they're putting harm. If they're hurting you like that, what do? A lot of times you leave like a gentleman. You walk out the door like a gentleman as much as you can, obviously covering your face and your body, because they're probably still hitting you as you're trying to leave the house. But then after that, you better get those papers, man, so that she can go sign them papers. Real talk. I'm sorry. You put hands on me like that, pfft, done. I don't care how wonderful, how long the marriage has been. I don't care if there's kids involved and all that. Divorce. And I would expect women to do the same. But I understand that those kind of situations make people feel trapped. People feel trapped. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. They don't know, or they feel like this is the only way that they can be loved. You know, this is his language or her language of love. And that's really sad, you know?
Yep.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Absolutely. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, I mean, you know, not to beat up on Johnny Depp too much, because it sounds like that's already happened quite a bit.
Oh, geez.
But, I mean, you know, boy, I mean, it used to be you go back watch some of his earlier work. I mean, that guy was doing legit work. I mean, just everything he's done in the last 10 years is like a snooze.
He's phoning it in. He's
yeah,
phoning
he is.
it in.
Absolutely.
The thrill is gone.
I think I hate to say it because I love the movie, but he did like that Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas movie.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever got out of that part. I don't think he ever got out of the role of Hunter S. Thompson. I think he got into that role and stayed in that role. And you've seen his career kind of, I mean, outside of Jack Sparrow, is just flatlined.
But
Yeah.
haven't you? But here's the thing: haven't you noticed that every single movie he's done since Fear and Loathing has been a version of Hunter S. Thompson?
Yep.
Like, it's been like a drunk, surly type, or it's that same voice. You know what I'm saying? There's no change. Like, man, where's Donnie Brasco at, bruh? Come on, man.
Yeah.
That movie was the jam, bruh. Like, where are those movies? You know, where's the Johnny Depp that I got excited about back in the day? Yes, Hunter S. Thompson, his portrayal is amazing. Like, Fear and Loathing is a great movie. It's fantastic. Benicio del Toro is really great in it as well.
He's
like,
amazing.
Let's not forget that. Great ensemble piece, you know, great, duo. Couldn't do that movie without Benicio for sure. That freaking
heck
thing
no.
was amazing.
When he's in the bathtub.
Oh,
when
yes.
White Rabbit peaks, I want you to throw the radio in the tub.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now the thing is that where's like Johnny Depp kind of fell off, man, and then he started doing these big blockbuster movies, and ever since then it's been kind of the same trash, unfortunately. But then I keep thinking like the death of River Phoenix kind of messed him up big time. I know that's a real deep cut, but I think that I don't think he's ever really gotten over that, to be really straight funky. I mean, he was the one holding River Phoenix in his arms in front of the Viper Room as he was dying, as he's ODing. You know, it's I feel like he never fully, truly got over that situation, and I think he's just making really poor choices. And now it's seeping into his career, or it's been in his career too. You know what I mean? Oh, and I forgot, to Doogie, you're right. Sweeney Todd was good too. Sweeney Todd was good. I'll give you that one too. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Tom. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I missed that one. But yeah,
good movie, very good.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, River Phoenix died of a cocaine overdose, right, at the Viper Room.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that drug, I've never tried it, never have had any interest in trying it. I've seen what it's done to people that I know, and it's ugly. It's an ugly drug.
Terrible.
It's an ugly drug that feeds egos, and it just, I think, erodes empathy. But
yep.
When was the last movie that he did
Winning.
that didn't either revolve around him doing some kind of drugs, or it was based on something that someone should be watching while on drugs?
What's that?
Oh, that's interesting.
When's the last movie that Johnny Depp did that either is not revolving him around him doing some kind of drugs or alcohol, or is intended for somebody that is probably on drugs to watch?
That's a very good point.
The Tourist, maybe? I didn't see The Tourist. Apparently it was terrible, but was he supposed to be a drug addict?
Oh my God, that was bad. No, he's not.
I didn't see it.
No, The Tourist is, no. He plays like a French, like it's almost like the man that knew too little type thing. You know, he kind of plays like he's like this innocent French guy. And there's like this, I'm trying to remember the story. It has to do with some sort of heist or something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, it's not good. It's really bad. You got Angelina in there. Yay. But it's really bad. You know what I'm saying? Really bad. But that's the thing, you know. I've never done cocaine. Never will. I've seen way too many people on it, and it freaks me the hell out. It freaks me the hell out because it seems like every time I've ever seen, and thank God I've seen these certain moments in front of me, because I feel like if I didn't see these moments, maybe I would. No, actually, I would never do it. Still, no matter what. But it confirms my fear and my reason of staying the hell away from that drug. Because you see the after. Well, one, you see the effect of it and how idiotic people are, and how insane they get, and how many people, what people do, the choices people make on that drug is just ridiculous. But the same thing you could say about alcohol as well. People do really stupid stuff when they're drunk as well. But when you see somebody who's done it too much or they're addicted to it, you just see how bad it's really bad. You know, you can see that that's all that person does all day, every day. It's kind of the same effect as like seeing somebody who the first day they ever do smoke crystal meth to the last day, you know, that they finally say that they have a problem. And you can just see it in their skin, their body weights, the way that they hold themselves, their teeth. Now, it's the same thing with cocaine. You know, I'm not saying it does anything with your teeth, but, you know, you just see it in their face, their skin, their body, you know. It's just bad. And then I feel like it changes the chemicals in your brain, you know, if you do enough of it or a lot of it to the point where you lose your freaking mind. You know, you almost go to the point of insanity. And that's crazy. That's sad. So cocaine is just not something, you know, cocaine is not something that people should be messing with like that at all. But it is that status drug as well.
Yeah.
It is a status drug. You got the monies, cocaine. You don't got the monies, alcohol and weed. And that's basically it. I mean, you know, it's a class thing for sure.
Yeah, it is.
It's messed up. You know.
So once the U.S. started legalizing marijuana, all of these like marijuana farms that were down in Mexico and stuff converted back to growing coca plants, and so cocaine again has been trying to be shipped, up to the U.S. as it always has been, but it's like the amount of I was looking up like street prices on like different types of drugs and stuff, and cocaine is the most expensive like amphetamine addiction people can have. Cocaine in the U.S. costs between $25 and $200 a gram, with typical prices checking in at about $112 per gram. The 2016 average was $93, and its purity had also reached record highs at that point in time in 2016. It said that somebody that it can be broken down, a gram can be broken down into 10 lines or 25 bumps or hits, and hardcore users usually use up to 5 grams per day. And that addiction would cost about $169,725 a year.
Hamburger.
But I guess you're awake all the time, so you got plenty of time to work. Go get that money.
And also I want to say something real quick. I hope this doesn't, for anybody who's listening out there, that it is, struggling or dealing with any type of addictions. I'm hoping that this is not triggering anybody when we're talking about this particular drug. I just have to say that, while we're talking about this, because, I don't want anybody getting triggered here. It's just insane. Cocaine is terrible. Cocaine is bad. Cocaine is expensive. You understand? As Jack just said, that ish is expensive, y'all. Damn. Why spend so much money on like 2 seconds? You know what I'm saying? Like, 2 seconds of, I guess it's fun. You know what I'm saying? But 2 seconds of that ish? Come on, y'all.
It used to be in Coke. It used to be in Coca-Cola.
It really
Isn't
used
that
to be in
crazy?
Coca-Cola. Yeah, it really did. It really
It used
was.
to be part of like all the treatment regimens back in the day when, with the traveling doctors. Like, oh, you just need a little bit of cocaine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. You're having trouble sleeping or you're having trouble staying awake? No problem. We got some cocaine for you. What's
interesting is that coca leaves are still used in making Coca-Cola, but they've had all of the cocaine removed from them. What they do, as I understand it, is they bring the coca leaves. They take the cocaine out of the coca leaves. That goes to, I believe, Mallinckrodt. I think Mallinckrodt for a while was the only pharmaceutical company in America that was allowed to have, pharmaceutical grade cocaine for, I think it was applications in like a numbing agent for, I think, dentists or something like that. But they still use spent coca leaves in making Coca-Cola, as I understand.
So you're saying that they take out the cocaine and they send it over to the new version of El Chapo. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. They're like, we use it for pharmaceutical grade cocaine. No, they're sending it over to the cartel. Don't you worry. They got a deal going on. They're washing their money somehow. For sure. Hey, actually, speaking of that, left turn real quick before we jump into a break. Kodak, the film producing Kodak. Now, obviously, film is kind of a dead medium. They have now landed a multi-million-dollar loan to help with medical manufacturing. So now Kodak is going into the field of medicine. Interesting stuff, don't you think?
Yeah. Their stock has increased 1,900% in the last 2 days.
I know. So anybody who who's in the stock game and likes to gamble with their money, you might want to jump on that Kodak. You might want to go on that stock because I think it's just going to keep going because they are planning, if I'm correct, they are going to be obviously creating, manufacturing and producing more key generic drugs. But I think they're also going to be involved with helping with the manufacturing of the vaccine as well. So And, you know, we've already had this discussion about if they're going to be charging people for the vaccine or not. It looks like Kodak's trying to jump on that bandwagon, jump on that COVID train in hopes that they can make some monies. That's what I think, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Security Exchange Commission definitely needs to be looking at who has been buying Kodak stock in the last couple of weeks. Find out if any insider trading has been going on.
Right, beforehand,
Because, I mean, no one's ever really associated Kodak with pharmaceutical industry.
By the way,
this is a crazy move for him.
Yes, it's a very interesting move. It went from film to medicine, but I think they went from no monies to making the monies. So Trump did say this, and I quote, he said, "My administration is using the Defense Production Act to provide a $765 million loan to support the launch of Kodak Pharmaceuticals." Not throwing anybody.
65 million.
765 million, not 764. $765 million. And that's a loan to help help support the launch of Kodak Pharmaceuticals. Let me say this, though. Yes, I would love to see them do a deep dive and see who's buying those stocks. And if there's any connection to him, that'd be really crazy. But at the same time, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. We're just going to have to see how things develop from here on out. But I find that very, very interesting. You know, and he calls it a breakthrough in bringing pharmaceutical manufacturing back to the U.S. Here it is. If it's really that, I think that's really good as far as getting money back into the country, as far as something else other than just industrial. So I think it's great that, it's bringing money to the U.S. and more jobs and more job opportunities to the U.S., especially right now with COVID going crazy and all that. Hopefully this would turn into an essential job. So maybe some people, thousands of people could find jobs through Kodak Pharmaceuticals. If we just push everything on the side from the stocks and if there's insider trading going on and all that, this could be a very big thing for the country when it comes to jobs. Because right now, people are wondering, where the hell am I going to get a job when my job is getting furloughed or the COVID is sweeping through and just destroying money in every single state? This could be a big thing, though. This could be a very lucrative thing for the country and for the citizens of this country, and help with a little bit of this unemployment, the unemployment numbers that just keep rising every single day still. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think that picking a company that isn't in that business when we probably have other companies already in the U.S. That are manufacturing things, because I know there's other generic drug makers and things like that that are in the U.S. and based in the U.S. And the fact that they didn't get any of those contracts definitely raises a question. But yeah, I mean, anything that can bring back manufacturing or industrialization back in the U.S. to help bring jobs and cement our economy as being able to be self-sufficient, that's great. But it's just strange that it's strange.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Jack on this. I'm all about jobs in the United States, but it's very bizarre. It's very, very strange. I hope somebody's looking at who's been buying Kodak stock.
It is very bizarre.
It seems fishy to me.
Okay, so here it is. Outside of the fishiness, I understand what you're saying. I understand what both of you guys are saying. But outside of the fishiness, it is still jobs coming here. If he is insider trading and all that, which he probably is, let's keep it real. He probably is. That's still bringing money and jobs to America. Isn't that a good thing? Shouldn't that be a good thing? Especially right now, everyone's getting hit with that COVID. Everyone's going to need, not everyone, some people are going to want to get vaccinated and some people aren't. But half of the world, let's just say, is going to want to get vaccinated. That's a lot of vaccinations that need to be produced for the world. So it's not like only Kodak is going to be making them, but at the same time, for a good portion of, let's just say, just the country, that's a lot of jobs. That's a lot of job opportunities for people who are out of jobs right now, who don't have the skills to be, let's just say, a front line, in the front lines, helping with the COVID. This is another way, instead of, if there's plenty of people working at, there's plenty of garbage men that's holding their jobs. They're not going to lose their jobs anytime soon. There's plenty of people working at gas stations. You can't really go and get a job there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go and get a waitress job right now. They ain't hiring. But Kodak Pharmaceuticals could be. It's an opportunity to make money. I'm saying outside of all the other stuff, outside of the negative stuff, I just see something good out of that. I'm talking about just the people who need to make money and keep their lights on. Once the unemployment goes bye-bye, once this stimulus check comes in, which apparently it looks like we will be getting another stimulus check, another $1,200, but that's only $1,200. How long does that last?
If they can ever agree on any of it.
If they can ever agree on it, they're still working on it, but there's a good possibility of that too. But still, we can't be sitting and waiting on that. So this is an opportunity for people to secure the bag, so that maybe there's less crime, maybe there's less chaos in the streets. I'm just saying. I'm just, I see that, trust me, I feel you on what you guys are saying, 110%, 110%. But then I look at the real, another side of it, you know what I mean? And it's a good possibility of some other opportunities for people to make some money without, instead of pushing drugs on the street, they could be pushing drugs legally.
It's interesting that the president, who's gone through a couple of bankruptcies through different of his businesses, and now is in charge and one of the largest ever government-backed loans to thing working with the company. It goes to Kodak, who's already had a bankruptcy back in 2012, and they went through Chapter 11 back then. So it's like, why are we giving so much cash to a company that's already failed in the past?
Mm-hmm.
Here's another chance. Go ahead and take it. And and by the way, we're not going to have any oversight over that money we give you. Because where are we going to know where that goes to? Is there tracking? Is there oversight? I just don't know.
Yeah. Well, it is a loan. So eventually it will theoretically be paid back.
Mm-hmm.
But, what they're saying that the stock tripled in price.
Oh, no.
After
it went from $2 and now it's trading at $36.
Oh, okay.
It went up to $58.
Okay.
It's gone up 1,900%.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
So
if you do that stock stuff, bye. Bye. That's what I would say. If the numbers are still low, get it, Jack. Just get it.
Yeah.
Bobblehead. You know what I mean? And he's like making the Mani's dance. But at the same time, you just said something about Kodak being a failing company, right? Now, they were a failing company because the digital age came through. They're only known as a producing of film, photography, motion. What am I saying? Like movie film and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do when the world is changing so quickly? I wouldn't say you're a failing company. It's just that times change. Same thing as like somebody who's a CD manufacturer. I mean, still people do use CDs to a certain extent, but not really. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say they're a failing company. It's just that times change. So now Kodak is going, well, we ain't making film no more, here's another avenue we can go down that we know this will never go out of style. Big Pharma will never go out of style. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
You know, unless somebody, you know, exposes Big Pharma as like, you know, something else. It's never going to die. So I think it's a very smart move on their part. And like I said, it'll bring money to people, and that's what we need more than anything.
Couple things. So Trump said, he said, our 33rd use of the Defense Production Act will mobilize Kodak to make generic active pharmaceutical ingredients. Mm-hmm. We will bring back our jobs and we'll make America the world's premier medical manufacturer and supplier. And Kodak said Tuesday will produce pharmaceutical components that have been identified as essential but have lapsed into chronic national shortage as defined by the Food and Drug Administration. And it said that Kodak is proud to be part of the strengthening America's self-sufficiency in producing the key pharmaceutical ingredients we need to keep our citizens safe. By leveraging our vast infrastructure, deep expertise in chemicals manufacturing, and heritage of innovation and quality, Kodak will play a critical role in the return of our reliable American pharmaceutical supply chain. And it said that it's worth noting that Kodak's first foray into the drug industry in the 1990s, Kodak was involved in production of non-prescription medicines such as aspirin, but they sold that part of the business to SmithKline in 1994. So I guess they got a little bit of history in it.
Okay, it's not their first rodeo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, no matter how weird and shady it might be, you know, as far as like, maybe Trump getting involved, or if there's an insider trading type of stuff going on, sure. I'm sure there is. But at the same time, I see this as a good move. There's more money in everybody's pockets. Not everybody can work. Not everybody knows how to, you know, work in an assembly line as far as like building cars or anything. This, you know, depending on where they end up putting these manufacturing facilities, I just see it as an opportunity for more money on so many levels. I think that it's going to produce a lot of opportunities for a lot of out of work Americans right now. So I see it as a good thing for sure. But anyway, we got to go into a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. Defensive is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their circles and loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. There was a feeling that made it. Half of them stumbling the road and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on. And then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. And as long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire. Yeah. Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. You can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, and we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
I'm sorry, I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being a part of the discussion. If this is your first time checking out this show, please go hit that subscribe button on our page. That would really mean a lot. Also, if you're enjoying the conversation today and enjoying the show, please go hit that like button down below this video as we speak right now. Anyway, we got to go into some other information. There's some weird stuff. This is some crazy stuff, man. I just saw this video. It's trending on Twitter right now as we speak as I guess it's hashtag NYPD. So the title of it is NYPD issues statement after video shows officers pulling protester into an unmarked van. Tommy boy, let's expand on this, shall we?
Yeah, the NYPD, their warrant squad, which was plainclothes officers, arrested an 18-year-old woman. They pulled out. They were wearing t-shirts and shorts. They grabbed this 18-year-old woman off the street, threw her in her minivan in the middle of a protest. Reason being for, they said, for vandalism to 5 police cameras. People close to the matter, other protesters say the vandalism they're speaking of was she was putting stickers on the cameras. So the NYPD warrant squad, in response to allegedly putting stickers on cameras, is to send a minivan filled with plainclothes police officers out to essentially kidnap this woman in the middle of a protest without any, identification of who they are, why she's being arrested, anything like that. Kind of, is reminding people a lot of what they saw coming out of the federal agents in Portland.
Word.
I think people are suspecting that the reason for this kind of heavy-handed approach is to keep federal agents from being sent to New York.
Yeah.
But counsel, it's raising a lot of questions.
So before we, Oh yeah, so I wanted to show.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
before we dive into this even more, I wanted to pull out. I want everybody to be able to see this video real quick with their own two eyes as well, because I'm sure a lot of us don't know that this is something that happened in New York City. So we're gonna take a look at it right here. Look at that. Wow. Whoa. Okay, so that's a little crazy, man. That's absolutely nuts. I now that we've actually gotten a chance to see it, you know, let's go in a little bit more, Tom. I just wanted everybody to see the video too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. So yeah, continue.
Yeah, that's their response to putting stickers on 5 police cameras. Seems like a measured response. But in case you didn't notice the sarcasm there, that was heavy sarcasm. But yeah, that's how they responded. NYPD claims that the officers that made the arrest were pelted with rocks and bottles. I didn't see any of that in that video. I've seen other videos. I haven't seen any. The only video I've seen of anything even remotely close to that was a bottle slowly rolling towards one of the officers' feet. Was about as far as any actual, you know, assault those officers faced.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's you know, that's plainclothes police officers showing up in an unmarked car, not identifying themselves, not giving any reason or probable cause for arrest. And the reason being is defacing 5 police cameras with stickers.
Now, when you say
that's what led to all of that.
Now,
I mean, it's insane.
Now, when you say police cameras, like I need a little bit more detail about that. What do you mean by police cameras? Because police cameras could be anything. So what do you mean by that? How do we know that they are? Where are these police cameras that you're saying that she was putting stickers on? Where? Let's just start there. Where were these? Because I'm confused.
Though there were police cameras that were in and around City Hall Park. So I guess these were cameras from the NYPD. You know, the NYPD has cameras up for, you know, crime prevention, that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess during these protests, you know, there are a lot of protesters out there that feel that they'll use facial recognition software to figure out who they are, to, you know, come after them in their personal lives.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't like those cameras being out during these protests because they fear political retribution for it. So this woman, this is their response to, as they put it, vandalizing 5 police cameras. And as best as I can tell, what she did was put stickers on the cameras so that they couldn't identify the protesters that were out that day. And so they sent an unmarked minivan filled with plainclothes officers in T-shirts and shorts to throw this woman in there, 18-year-old woman. And yeah, I don't think it's a measured response. I don't think anybody in their right mind thinks that's a measured response.
Right.
They're, you know, New York City's council has said that it's raising some questions. Carlina Rivera, a New York City councilwoman who represents the area where the arrest occurred, said the protester was released from the first precinct overnight. But she also said it's clear that using an unmarked van and plainclothes officers to make an arrest for vandalism in the middle of a peaceful protest is a massive overstep. And she's exploring legislation to make sure this does not happen again.
Yeah, because that's. I mean, seeing something like that is definitely sends out a message, but I don't know if it's. Of course, the message that is being sent is to invoke fear for sure to the protesters, because I mean, look at that. That's That's crazy what we're seeing. You know, that kind of thing that we're seeing right there in the middle of the streets, and somebody is literally, it seemed like, fighting for their life to not get into that van because it's an unmarked van. What are they going to do? What are they going to do with this, with that girl, you know, who's just putting stickers on cameras? Now, I'll say this. I don't think she needed to be doing that. I'll just be straight funky on that. Yes, there is a reason for her to get arrested for doing something like that, for sure. Let's just talk about the law. But at the same time, it shouldn't be a situation where she gets thrown into an unmarked van in a weird, suspicious way. It was really weird. Now, I'm seeing the comments. I'm seeing some comments. And real quick, I understand that some people will sit there and say, hey, you know, they grabbed her and threw her in the van really quick because they were scared of protesters retaliating. But at the same time, when she starts fighting like that, when she's fighting not wanting to get thrown into that van, hell yeah, people are going to run up. Hell yeah, protesters are going to run up and go, what the hell is this? It doesn't say police on the side of that van. It is just a regular ass van, you know? And then the guys that are in the van, yeah, they might have police T-shirts, you know what I'm saying, that are saying that they're with the police. But I mean, they're not in, let's just say, typical uniform. You see what I'm saying? So it's like instantly you go, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on?
Yeah, it's very bizarre. I mean, at what point are we going to see just regular old people in minivans and T-shirts and shorts carrying guns, going out and kidnapping people that aren't cops? But you don't know that they're not cops. I mean, this could be anybody. What if it's the, you know, Proud Boys or Boogaloo or something like that go out there and it's like, oh yeah, we're just going to take this person and kill them.
Yeah.
You know, you never know who's going to be. If you don't identify who you are or why someone's being taken away, that person is going to resist.
Yeah.
And it's just insane. This is America, for God's sake.
Now,
I mean, all these people that are like, don't tread on me. Well, guess what? People are getting tread on all over the place now. And the people that are always saying, don't tread on me, have got a strong taste of boot leather in their mouth right now. They are boot licking like crazy.
The NYPD said that they've been using unmarked vehicles for decades. And then they said that the warrant squad uses unmarked vehicles to effectively locate wanted suspects. And so that's what this group was called, is the warrant squad. And one of these guys in the photos here, they have an orange shirt on. It has warrant squad on the back. So I guess the warrant squad goes out and searches for people that are wanted and have warrants out for their arrest. And I don't know whether or not this individual had a warrant out or was just, they said that she had gone out to five separate incidents in and around City Hall where she has damaged police cameras.
Put stickers on them.
Yeah. And that's, at five different times. And they charged her with criminal mischief. And she has been released with a desk appearance, and this is actually a transgender woman, and she is also homeless.
Oh wow!
I just spilled water on my laptop. I will be right back.
Okay, I was gonna say, there goes. I was wondering what happened. He just went. Everything went sideways, and I'm like, oh, there's his printer. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Even so, putting stickers on a camera is still considered vandalism. You know, it is still considered damaging a camera. I mean, imagine putting, man, if they, you know, it's like imagine putting say that you're a photographer and somebody puts a sticker on your favorite lens, you're damaging the lens for sure. Right. You know what I'm saying? So she did exactly what they said that she was doing. She was damaging those cameras. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that the excessive force that they used was justified. I'm not saying that at all. But if there's a warrant out for her arrest for damaging cameras, then yeah, she gonna get arrested. Unmarked cars, I don't know about that. That's a little it was a little excessive. That whole situation was a little excessive, you know. And
did you play the video?
Hell yeah, we already played the video. You were gone. You were gone. It's all good. But While we watch Tom wipe down his computer, did you wipe it down? Because I'm on, wipe it down, I'm on. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So the thing is when it comes to that, I'm going to say this too. I have seen, even in our city, unmarked cars filled with cops during protests. Filled. In fact, I know some friends of mine that are cops that I've been, at a protest, I'm walking along and I'll look over to my right or left and there's a buddy of mine going, "Hey, Pascal, what's up, man?" Waving me down in an unmarked car. So this is not a new thing. This is not some new fangled, where the hell did these guys come from type of thing. They've been doing this for a very long time. It's just now they're actually arresting people. Anytime I've ever seen any of these dudes out here doing their thing, I have never seen them actually arrest or detain somebody. You see what I'm saying? Because it's never gotten to this level. It's never gotten to here. We're in a new, we're in unmarked, uncharted territory right now. Real talk. In regards to the protests and everything. The protests have gone longer than they've ever have since 5-6 years ago, with Michael Brown Jr. protests, So there's new stuff that's going to seem weird, but unmarked cars is not a new thing. It's not. And I'm sorry to say that, but that is truth. Those are facts. How they threw her in that car? Yes, excessive. I agree with that. Unmarked cars have been a thing, though, guys. Been a thing for a while.
Yeah. Seems like, usually if the warrant squad is showing up in plain clothes and that kind of thing, you think maybe there might be a murder or something involved, not putting stickers on a few cameras.
Oh, true. But I'll also point this out, too. So the cops that I've seen that are in unmarked cars, they're in plain clothes as well. Yeah. They just look like you could tell they're a cop. You could tell that they're cops on how they're dressed, how they hold themselves. And I know that a lot of people don't know those things. Oh, and dead giveaway, they got a gun on their side. But at the same time, a lot of cops will be out there in the protests posing as a civilian, but they there to go and try to snag some people that are trying to do some mischief. So that's exactly what they did. The only reason why it looks crazy is because there was a crowd of protesters running at the car. Then craziness ensued. You see what I'm saying? Everything went from the 10 that it was at to a 20. You know what I mean? Way beyond what it needed to be. But at the same time, which is, I totally understand why the protesters ran for to try to save her. You know what I mean? Or try to, infiltrate in a way. But at the same time, it's like, all right, if she's going to get arrested, let her get arrested. Step back and just let it be what it is.
Seems extremely excessive.
It was extremely excessive.
On 5 cameras. I mean, it's unacceptable. This is going to make the NYPD's job much harder because there are going to be more protesters out now, and they're going to be angrier.
Now, let me ask you something, Tom.
Because it was an overreaction.
Then let me ask you something, Tom. Let me ask you something, Tom. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
We can play the video. Right. We can play the video again, but let me ask you something. Don't you think that her reaction was a little excessive too? She was flailing, jumping up and down. They were literally just trying to get her in the car, and she was fighting back. Now, are you saying that her reaction was not excessive? She could have just complied.
To being grabbed by a bunch of guys in T-shirts and shorts with guns thrown into an unmarked van. She's an 18-year-old girl being manhandled by a bunch of juiced up NYPD officers with guns on them for putting stickers on a camera. No, I don't think that's. Sure, you can say she was resisting arrest, but I would say it was an arrest that maybe didn't need to go down that way, was excessive and probably terrifying for her. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not just going to sit here and lick boot all day for the NYPD. That's not going to happen. I mean, this is disgusting. This is not what America is, and it's gross. It's awful. It's shameful. It shouldn't have happened. The councilwoman who represents that district feels the same way. I imagine a lot of other people in New York feel the same way. And just from a police standpoint, NYPD's job now is going to be that much harder because this video is going to piss a lot of people off. There are going to be a lot more people out there, a lot more angry today because of this.
True. I mean, I definitely see your point there, man. I definitely see your point. But at the same time, you got to look at it as on the other side of it as well. I understand what you're saying. Hold up. I understand what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. But I don't think it's bootlicking if you look at it and see
100% bootlicking.
I mean, that's fine. That's your opinion, man. That's you are totally entitled to your opinion.
Sure is.
But what I'm trying to say here is that maybe it was just a combination of two things being at the same time, being excessive at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, if she's gonna go,
she did not
if
roll
she's
up
gonna
in an
go,
unmarked van.
she didn't roll up. She didn't roll up in an unmarked van. But at the same time, if they come in and they say
stickers on cameras.
But if she comes in,
put stickers on cameras.
I understand that whole stickers on camera thing. I'm trying to say something here, man. When she goes over there, if they come over to her and they're arresting her, saying you're under arrest, and she starts to flip out. And I understand, like, her going, where are you taking me? What's going on? That kind of thing. I get that. But if she's getting arrested and they're telling her what she's getting, maybe, I don't know what the dialogue was, but if they're telling her why she's getting arrested as they're trying to put her in the car and she starts to trip, then you got a whole group of people coming. I'm just saying, there's a combination of things that are going on here that I've seen other unmarked cars go and arrest people, and they've calmly gone with them. There has been no flailing and upset type of reaction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think that they needed to do the arrest that way. I think the first problem, I mean, sure, you can say, oh, she shouldn't have put stickers on cameras. Great. Does that warrant an unmarked minivan filled with the warrant squad with guns on them and all, dressed in T-shirts and shorts, grabbing her off the street in the middle of a protest? It's an unwarranted reaction. I just can't say, oh, because an 18-year-old girl is flailing against a whole bunch of bodybuilding cops. I'm not going to side with. I mean, I can't believe we're even having this discussion. It's bizarre to me. This is America. It's really weird that we're excusing this behavior because an 18-year-old girl is against a whole bunch of juiced up cops. It's ridiculous.
I'm not.
It's oh no, she should just be she should just be able to be snatched off the street and she should just take it. That's bootlicking. Sorry.
Jack, what were you gonna say?
I was looking up on the NYPD's Twitter account, and they said in regard to a video on social media that took place at 2nd Avenue and 25th Street, a woman taken into custody in an unmarked van was wanted for damaging police cameras during 5 separate criminal incidents in and around City Hall Park. The arresting officers were assaulted with rocks and bottles. When officers from the warrant squad took the woman into custody in a gray NYPD minivan this evening, they were assaulted with rocks and bottles. The warrant squad uses unmarked vehicles to effectively locate wanted suspects. When she was placed in the warrant squad's unmarked gray minivan, it was behind a cordon of NYPD bicycle cops in bright yellow and blue uniform shirts there to help effect the arrest. Were they specifically going out and looking for her? Or was it just that they went by and they spotted her? How many, the amount of people that they were using to go after her? I hear Tom's side saying, I don't think that what she did calls for this type of force. This is one of those things where, for damaging police equipment, a fine or something probably went into effect. I can understand if she's homeless, she doesn't have an address necessarily to be able to send a warrant to. But if they have photos from video cameras and things like that of her and going around and trying to spot her, but then to use how many people on the force to be able to do that, I think it is an unequal response to what had occurred.
Thank you.
That's you jaywalked I'm going to show up in an unmarked minivan and put
Right.
you into the minivan. But or like, I can understand if she threw a firework inside of into a police vehicle. Like, they also included in their last couple of tweets saying that there's been up to $1 million in losses right now on 300 plus police vehicles that were bashed, slashed, torched, or trashed during protests, with 13 of them unrepairable. So I can understand it's something like that where they, if she threw a firebomb into a car, sure, show up, throw it into her truck, and see, because if you're going in and trying to maybe kill somebody in a car or completely dismantle equipment, but for, I don't think it is an equal response to putting stickers onto police video cameras.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So the thing is all right. I just think that it was a combination of all different things going on at the same time. That's what I think. Yes, it's terrible. It's not a great video. It's a terrible situation, but I feel like it was a trifecta of a whole bunch of things going on at the same time. Now, why they needed to go and arrest the girl like that in public like that, I can't answer that question. We don't know what happened before that video started going. You see what I'm saying? Anything could have happened before she started getting arrested. A lot of things could have happened. A multitude of things. So I can't justify anything before somebody hit record. Okay? But when I see all those things happening all at the same time, it seems like it was a perfect storm of chaos happening. That's it. Now, you never know. She could have been trying to put stickers on the car, on that unmarked van. You never know. Just saying. You never know. And I know, Tom, I get that you totally disagree with me, but at the same time, you got to look at it you're entitled to your opinion, Tom, but I'm looking at it in a little bit more of a 360 type of way and trying to see, I am, because you're looking at it. You're only looking at one fact, and I'm looking at the entire incident. I'm talking about the incident in itself. Her defacing or putting stickers on a camera, that's one thing. How she got arrested is another thing. Okay? When she got arrested, you're seeing this girl. She's getting upset. You can see it. She flopped on the ground. She's understandably, she's reacting the way anybody would react if they don't want to go and get arrested, or they don't understand why they're getting arrested in the first place. It's like, what the heck are you doing? But then you got all this other stuff coming in. You got the protesters coming over. You got all this other chaos that's going on inside of that, in this particular video. Once somebody hit record, there's a lot going on. It was like the perfect storm of ish going down all at the same time. Everything got heightened. If you notice, as soon as everybody started running towards the car, then the other cop guy comes out of the car and he's like putting his hand on his side, being like, back the F off, back off. Everything started going from, like I said, it went from a 12 to a 20 real quick.
When the cops showed up and pulled the woman off the street.
See, now here's the thing. I get what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is we don't know what happened before they hit record. We don't.
She put stickers on cameras.
She put stickers on cameras. Now, let me ask you this. She put stickers on the cameras that very moment, or was it something that she did the day before? Then when you talk about it, say that cop car is pulling up, driving by. What if she did something to the car? I'm just saying you don't know what happened before. And neither do you. But I know what happened. I'm talking about
very
what happened.
Enthusiastically sticking up for the police.
I'm not sticking up for any police. I'm not sticking up for the police. I'm looking at the situation when they hit record. You're not listening to me. You're not. You're stuck. You're stuck on the stickers thing, and I understand that. I totally understand that. It is excessive force.
You're throwing out hypotheticals that she might have done something that we didn't see that warranted that response. You're creating a hypothetical so you can defend the police. I know exactly what I'm hearing.
Okay, here. I'm just looking at the entire video in itself. Okay? I'm looking at the incident in the video. We already know what she's done. I'm just talking about what happened in the video. And all I keep saying is that it's a trifecta of all things going bad all at the same time in one video. I'm not siding with anybody here. I am
siding with somebody here.
I understand, and that's fine. I'm not siding with anybody. I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting here saying what happened in the damn video, bruh. That's all I'm saying.
I can't both sides this. This is disgusting. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I know we try and both sides everything here, and we try and play devil's advocate, but this isn't that. This is ugly.
Jack?
I'm watching the video again. There was a protest march that was going on, right? And they were coming up, and it just happened to be in the same area. And there are a lot of the NYPD bike cops that are around. But it looks like that she was, walking down the street with the protest, and they saw her, and then, so they were looking for her, as they said about from the warrant squad. But again, I don't think it's I didn't see anything from the beginning of this video. It does not look like there was any other additional instigation. It looks like she was actually on a what's one of those the small scooters, where you,
yeah, it looks like she's on a boosted skateboard or something like that.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
And then they saw her, went out, grabbed her. But is that I would imagine more of a, again, we don't see that first 10 seconds before that. So it's really hard to understand exactly if they were just waiting for her, saw her, went over and grabbed her. Again, is that the appropriate response? It's like the federal agents in Seattle and stuff going and grabbing people and taking them, streets away in order to be able to talk to them. And obviously, if you're a police officer and there's a whole crowd of people that are coming towards you, you can't do your job effectively. But I think it is a extreme way of handling the situation. And I understand what you're saying, Pascal. We don't understand exactly what was going on all together.
Yeah. And like I said, I agree.
I don't think it was the right way to handle the situation.
And I agree that it's excessive force. I agree with that. But I feel like there is a lot that's going on in that situation that's going from the excessive force to it escalates to something even more because the protesters get involved and it starts getting even more riled up. But I'm going to let it be what it is. I'm going to rest. I'm going to step down from my side of this soapbox real quick. And like I said, it's a shame that happened to that girl. That's terrible, and that's it. That's it.
There's some other statements on here from some people I found that said, they were saying that they were assaulted with rocks and bottles. But the protesters who were present on Tuesday evening disputed the NYPD's version of the events, insisting that they did not physically engage with the officers, even at the time of the arrest. None of that happened whatsoever. Clara Kraber, a 20-year-old Oxford student, said, "We literally turned the corner and were met with a line of police who attacked us without warning." Kraber said officers pepper sprayed the group seemingly at random during the arrest, adding that they were trying to make it painful to be there. Another witness told Gothamist that the protesters had been skateboarding and eating pizza before the van's unexpected arrival. "We didn't see where they came from. All of a sudden, they grabbed Nikki. It was just like a kidnapping." And I saw another angle. They got a couple different videos that are starting to come out from other people's cell phones. And it's, I don't know, if I was in that group and I saw somebody going and somebody, and obviously the group's going to go and try to help her, but I don't know, it's weird, man. I don't have any words really for it.
Yeah, it's just we're turning into a police state and everybody seems okay with it. So, all right. It's fine. Cool.
Clear, we need an independent review and immediate explanation for why an unmarked van full of officers was anywhere near a peaceful protest.
Say that again. What? What did you say?
Somebody
Jack?
wrote out, they said, we need an independent review and an immediate explanation for why an unmarked van full of officers was anywhere near a peaceful protest. The NYPD's Detective Bureau Warrant Division identified a wanted person and carried out an arrest. But it just, I don't think that the way that they handled that arrest or arresting somebody in that manner, you know, it seems beyond what the normal police way of handling things is, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it is excessive for sure. I just think that things went 0 to 100 real quick when how everybody else responded. And then it just went to, everything went to ish. But that's the same thing as the thing that we talked about on yesterday's show with, or last night's show with Garrett Foster, where the guy was shot 3 times during a Black Lives Matter protest. And that story in that moment went to a whole other level. But like I said, there were so many things that happened in that particular moment where there's just straight chaos. And thank God none of those cops pulled out their gun and shot anybody. Thank God for that. But yes, I mean, I do agree, so that everybody knows, I do agree that the arrest was very excessive. But I kind of wanted to find out a little bit more of what's going on around that story a little bit more. And that's just what I think on that situation.
All right. Hey, did you guys play that game yesterday?
No, we did not.
No, we did not. But I think this would be a good time to do
A
it.
great time to do it. Okay.
Yeah. Let's wrap the show up on something positive.
Let me plug my computer in real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
She looks really dangerous there. I mean, she posed a real threat to those police officers, all 112 pounds of her, whatever. A real threat. Real dangerous threat there.
Oh, that's Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
She looks like she could take on that minivan full of cops. Yeah. Wasn't excessive at all.
Let's see here.
I didn't say it wasn't excessive. I never said that.
Okay, so let's see here. We have a game, and this is going to be a game about bald actors. And so,
yes. Hold up. Sorry.
That's all right.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
All right. Time for some pop quiz hot shot. And here it is. It's what's the premise of the game one more time?
I'm gonna give 3 movies, the names of movies, and you have to tell me the famous bald actor that was in that movie.
Oh my God.
Or like played in those movies.
Bald actors. Okay. Sounds good to me. Oh, and so for anybody who's watching that wants to be a part of this game, please comment down below and let's see if you got it right. You know what I mean? So let's get it.
All right. Here's the first group here. The Fast and the Furious, Bloodshot, and F9.
Oh, okay.
Vin Diesel?
Vin
Diesel. Correct. Okay. Die Hard, Sixth Sense, Pulp Fiction.
Bruce Willis.
Correct. The Transporter, The Expendables, and Crank.
Oh.
Oh no, what's his name? He's like our generation.
English fella.
Yeah, he's our generation's Steven Seagal. What's his name? What's his name? Oh my God, that's gonna kill me. Hold up.
Oh wait, Jason Statham.
There we go.
Correct. Okay. X-Men, Charlie's Angels, Star Trek Nemesis.
Patrick Stewart.
Correct. Jumanji, Fast and the Furious, and Rampage.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Correct. Pulp Fiction, The Avengers, and Unbreakable.
Wait, say that again?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, Samuel Jackson.
The Avengers. Correct.
That was kind of a trick one.
Yeah, that got me for a second.
The Magnificent Seven, The King and I, The Journey.
Ooh. Yul Brenner.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Jack.
Major Payne, Blank Man, Mo Money.
Marlon Wayans.
Damon Wayans.
Oh,
Damon
Damon.
Wayans.
Damn it.
Baby Boy, Dawn of the Dead, Con Air.
Tyrese.
Nope.
What? Baby Boy. Say it again.
Baby Boy, Dawn of the Dead, Con Air. He's a bigger dude.
Ving Rhames.
Correct.
Wow. I totally forgot he was in. I'm used to him getting medieval on somebody's ass. You know what I mean? Pulp Fiction. All right.
Little Monsters, Gremlins, Walk Like a Man.
Howie Mandel.
Mandel, yeah.
Yep. And I got two more here.
Okay.
White Chicks, Norbit, and The Longest Yard.
Oh. Terry Crews.
Correct.
Wow, I forgot he was in Norbit. Oh my God.
And to wrap it up, The Best Man, Rent, The Wood.
Oh God, come on. Tay Diggs.
Correct.
Boom.
Well done. You guys did a good job today.
Yeah.
You know you're bald men.
I know my bald people. I know my bald people. You know what I mean? You know, us bald men must unite. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. That's just how it should be. You know, bald men unite. Anyway, that wraps up our show today. Jack, Tom, thank you guys so much for being on the show, being a part of the argument today.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Hey, anytime. You know, and I just want to make this abundantly clear. Like, you know, we might not see eye to eye, but that's the whole point of the show. Being able to talk out our points. But there is no malice or anger towards each other or towards anyone that comes onto the show and has a different opinion than us. You know what I'm saying? That's just the whole point of having a debate, right?
Yes.
Is to be able to talk things out. And there's always a level, there's always a table between us that is built on respect and love. And that's what the show is all about. You know, being able to put in our spot, put in our personal opinions on the table and talk about it respectfully. You know what I mean? So anyway, as some people think that we all three of us always agree on something. Well,
apparently not.
Apparently we don't. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show. I wanted to point that out because it's not like it's. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we are going to always be on the same page on things, and that's just how it is.
Right.
There's been many times. Right. There's been many times that we've disagreed on things. All three
of
us
at the
same time.
If I came off a little angry, it was also because my laptop was also soaked in water. So the whole time I was trying to have that debate, I'm trying to like get water off my laptop and my camera's kind of glitching up.
Yeah, it was getting all pixelized.
I was angry about a couple of things there, most of which was not you. So if it came off like I was very, very angry at you, I was really just worried that my laptop was going to burst into flames in front of me.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So in that moment, there was a perfect trifecta, a perfect storm of events that were going on that ended up getting your just saying. Anyway, Tom, Jack, I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming on to this show. And I hope your computer's okay, man, because it did get a little glitchy there.
I hope so. I'm going to give it some time to breathe here for a minute, but yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to need some donations in this top chat to help Tom
No
get
kidding.
a new computer. We're going to start a GoFundMe real quick here.
Yeah, no.
So
I mean, it was a full pint of water that went on the keyboard of my laptop.
Oh, damn, bro.
So,
damn.
I was having a bit of panic during that discussion there, and
I feel you.
I do feel forcefully about that issue, but I also feel forcefully about the fact that my laptop was starting to glitch up.
Yeah,
and I was getting very concerned.
That's no bueno. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know it was a whole glass of water, like a pint glass of.
Oh, it was
damn.
this whole thing.
Damn. You knocked it over that hard, bro? Damn. I'm sorry. Damn. Okay. Well, shoot. Hopefully, hopefully we're not gonna need a body bag for your computer here in a second.
I hope not.
It
seems to be getting better now.
Yeah.
So hopefully most of the water did not go into the important parts of the computer.
Right.
So.
yeah, put it in rice.
Yeah, just dump the whole thing in a vat of rice. Also, Tano Vane says something that's not a bad idea. Mr. T12 actually said put your PC in a big bag of rice. But Tano Vane also said using a light vacuum on the keys could help. So maybe it could suck out the water type stuff, or
Gotcha.
fan out, just help dry it out. So just an idea. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, we'll try that out.
All right.
It seems all right now, so I think hopefully it's okay. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I
got my
recommend
fingers
driving down the highway, hold it out the window to let that high-speed wind, go through it.
You know what I mean? It'll work. I swear to God, it'll work. But anyway, thank you guys for being on. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Anyway,
mañana.
Yes, we'll see you guys tomorrow. But anyway, I will not be on tonight at 7 p.m. I have a lot of stuff that I got to get done in regards to tomorrow's show. I have a little video that I want to put to show, and I haven't been able to do it because I haven't had enough time to really sit down and actually crank it out and finish it. So my deadline and my goal is to have it out by tomorrow morning and to premiere it on the show tomorrow morning. So there will not be a show tonight at 7 p.m., but I will have a pop-up video out, talking about whatever's going on, whatever craziness that's going on in the world. So be on the lookout for that, okay, guys? And appreciate you guys being a part of the conversation today, part of the discussions and part of the debates and arguments and all that. But we will be back on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So be on the lookout for us then. And if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button underneath this feed as we speak right down below. Anyway, be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers and trucking for tweakers and losing their seconds and nothing unique. All of us under surveillance. We was a feeling they made it. Half of them stumbling around and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Big guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. You can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all
Yeah,
of that.
no, I
So
don't
what are
blame
you
them,
guys doing in regards to that?
Well, and we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.